Congratulations for making it to chapter, where are we at now? Chapter 11. And we've done chapter 10, the one that dealt with expressions. Now we're going to look at what equations are, and we're going to compare them to what expressions are. Remember this list of terms that we've been looking at all of last chapter? Well, there's a difference now in this list, ladies and gentlemen. I've spiced it up, and it is right here. It is the word new. It's flashing right in front of your face, trying to get your attention at this new term, equation. And that is the point of this lesson. We're going to be looking at expressions and comparing them with what equations are. So let's go ahead and define what an equation is. An equation is when you have not one expression, but two expressions that have equal value. In other words, take two expressions and stick an equal sign in between them, and you've got yourself an equation. But then you need to understand what an expression is. So let's quickly review that. An expression is a single number. Say somebody goes up to you and says, "Hey, how old are you?" And you say, "I am 6. I'm 6 years old." That number 6 is an expression because it is a single number. It could be, an expression could also be a variable. Say you have a mystery amount. We can call that mystery amount X, and that X is an expression. We can have a combination of operations involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, or, put that division symbol in there, or division. Say I took this mystery value and I added 6 to it. That is also an expression. But in equations, when you take two expressions and you stick an equal sign, let's say I put an equal sign there, now I've got an equation. This is not an expression anymore. It is what? An equation, because of that equals in between. Here we've got something underneath this cover. Let's see what it is. We got them cups and ballies. We got cups and ballies. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what? This is 2 cups. And we learned in the last chapter that means we can call it 2x. And just call it 2x because they're 2 cups. And here we have 3 more added to them. And if you remember what x stands for, it is not the number of cups. People confuse that. They say, "Oh, that's going to be x, and that's x, that's 2x. They understand that. They just don't remember sometimes what x stands for. It's not the number of cups. Remember, x is a mystery. The number of cups that we see here is not a mystery. We see clearly it's 2. What's inside the cup is the mystery. So x stands for how many marbles are inside the cup. And we have 2x plus 3. The point being, this is an expression, because we do not have an equal sign. But look at this next one. We have the same 2x plus 3. Circle all of this. This is an expression. It is 2x plus 3. And on this side, we have an expression. It is 2, 4, 6. It is 7. And that equal sign transforms this into what? An equation. Right. We can look at equations on a scale. You know those teeter-totters that you play on? When it's balanced, it tells you something. It tells you that both sides have the same weight. Right. So if we consider that there are 2, 4, 6, 7 balls on this side and only 3 on this side, that means we've got some amount in here. They have to add up to 7, just like on this side, just to balance the scale. Right, so we can quickly figure how much is in each cup. But now, this here is an expression. That's what this is pointing at. So circle all that. And then circle this. That's an expression too. This is one expression, and that's another expression. There's 2 of them. And that equal sign turns these 2 expressions into an equation. The question asks, what write 2 expressions that are seen in this diagram? Well, the first expression is not hard. It's just 2x, or any letter of your choice, plus 3 more. The second expression is, oh wait, we messed up here. We got to read the question. Mr. M, read the questions carefully. It says, let M represents the unknown amount. So we got to erase that. We got to write M. Right. And this side is just going to be 7. There's no M involved because we can clearly see that We have 7 marbles. The second part says write the equation. Well, the equation is not hard. The equation is just the two expressions. So on one side, write 2m plus 3. On the other side, write 7 and separate them with an equal sign, and you've got an equation. Remember, the variable is the mystery amount. That's going to be m. It's how much is inside the cup. The constant, what does constant mean? Constant. It's the number that does not change, and it increases or decreases the value of an expression. It increases or decreases it. Let's take a look here. It's the plus 3. It's these things. That's the constant. So make that arrow and point it over here. Identify the coefficient. Coefficient, where is it? Here it is. It's the number that multiplies the variable. Where's the variable? That's the variable. What's multiplying it? Mr. M, I don't see a time sign. Remember, we don't see time signs anymore. It's whatever is beside that number. It's beside that variable. It's the 2. So that is the coefficient. It's a 2. Let's make this a little more advanced. It says here triple a number minus 4. Then it says, I'm going to make sure I read it this time, let n represent the unknown number of counters in each cup. So we have to choose the letter n. It says model the drawing. Well, what does triple a number mean? Triple, what does triple mean? It means times 3. A number, we don't know what the number is, so we can just say n times 3. But remember, we're not allowed to use the times sign anymore. So how do we show the same amount? Right, you just write them side by side. Put the number first and the letter second. That's proper convention. So we'll write 3n. So triple a number means 3 times n minus 4. That's not hard. We'll just write minus 4. Now, is that an expression or an equation? It's an expression. Did you say expression? Good job if you said expression. It is an expression. There's no equal sign. How do we model the drawing, though? We're just going to do this. We're going to triple the number. Remember, put them inside of a cup. There's a mystery amount here. Put another mystery amount there. They have to be the same amount. Remember that. And another mystery amount. There, we tripled it. Then we minus 4. So put a minus sign and just draw 4 marbles. That's not hard. You just go minus and then 4. And the variable's an n. The coefficient is a minus 4. And the coefficient isn't minus 4. Coefficient is what again? Coefficient is, right, it's that number that multiplies the variable. It is a 3. The constant is going to be right here, the minus 4. How about this one? Double a number. Double a number, then increase by 4. Well, tripling is times 3. So what is doubling? Times 2. So we're going to write 2n, then increase by 4, and then it says equals 10. So we're going to write equals 10. And now that is an equation. So circle equation. We're going to model this. We're going to draw 2 cups. Instead of 3 this time, we'll draw 2, and then another cup right here. That's doubling, and then we're going to add 4 more. So we're going to go plus 4 more. 4 more marbles, and then we'll write an equal sign and then 10 marbles. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done. Variable n. Coefficient, I'm not going to mess it up this time. Coefficient's the number that multiplies the variable. Here's my variable. Here's the number that multiplies it. It's a 2. And the constant is plus 4. I don't always need to use cups like I did over here with my drawings. I can use also other things like rectangles. Let me show you this legend here. If you see a long green rectangle, that is my new cup. I'm going to call it X. If I see a red tile, it's going to represent positive 1. A white one is going to represent negative 1. So let's see what this is all about now. It says write the 2 expressions that make up this equation. Well, I've got 2 expressions. I've got one here on this left side, and that says X and another X and another X. I've got 4 X's. I'm going to write 4X. And this together says plus 3. 4X plus 3. Notice there's no plus sign like when I did it over here. I would put a plus sign. See that plus sign? I don't do it anymore here because these red pieces have the plus sign built in. You see, red means +1. It's built into it. So I'm going to do 4x plus 3. That's my first expression. No need to put that plus sign. Don't go ahead and put a plus sign there. It's not necessary. Would it be wrong? It's not wrong. It's just not necessary. My second expression is going to be this side, and that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. What is the equation? Well, that's not hard. We just take this expression and that expression and just stick an equal sign in between them. And then put an equals 11 and you're done. Here's part 2. We've got a different diagram, a little bit trickier. Don't get fooled here. Watch. We got X. We've got X. We've got X. Okay, so we got 3 X's. But what's all this here? What is all this? It's still part of the same expression, but what is it? Remember back to integers. Remember integers, the positives cancel the negatives? So one positive will kill a negative. This positive will kill a negative. And all that's left is a -1. That's our expression. So we can write the first expression is 3x minus 1. The second expression, oh my God, we got some more red and whites. They're going to kill each other off. He kills him. He kills him. Killing is bad. Don't be killing, but this is math, so it's okay. This kills that, and this kills that. So we have positive 3 left over. So we'll write 3. And the equation is going to be 3x minus 1 equals 3. How about this one here? We have a word problem. We got to figure what this is all about. It says if Matthew had $6 more. $6 more than what? More than he had. Do I know how much he had? Well, let's keep reading and see. Then he would be able to purchase a $34 gift for his sister. So we don't know how much Matthew had. What's the mystery here? Always ask yourself, what's the mystery? Always assign your variable first. The mystery here is Matthew. And not just Matthew, but how much money he has. That's the mystery. So I'm going to call this M. If he had $6 more plus 6, $6 more plus 6, then he would be able to purchase a $34 gift for his sister. Then he would have equals $34. I'm not even going to put that dollar sign in. I'm just going to write 34. What is the equation? Guess what? We already built it. M plus 6 equals 34. If he had $6 more, he will have $34. That's a balance. We have Matt's money increased by 6, and then he will be able to purchase it, so he will have $34. The two expressions are going to be M plus 6 is number 1. And the second expression, can you see it? 34. Both sides, right. The key ideas, let's summarize all this now. An expression, we looked at a few things. An expression can be a constant. This is more like a review. It could be a constant like 3. It could be a variable like x, or it can be a combination of constants, variables, and coefficients. That's what an expression is. But an equation is when you take two of those expressions and you stick an equal sign in between them. And we also learned that expressions and equations can both contain constants, variables, and coefficients. An expression can contain a constant, an expression can contain variables, and an expression can contain coefficients, like double a number increased by 1. It has all of them. It has a coefficient, has a constant, has a variable, but it's an expression. And equations can also contain all these. Like let's say I said equals to 5. Guess what? That equation here, because it has an equal sign, it's an equation. It has all of these things. It has constants, it has variables, has coefficients, has all the above. And we also, and this is one of the most important thing, is we also always have to identify what the variable stands for. Like in the last one here, when we put M plus 6, we always have to ask yourself, what does M stand for? What is M? And it's the amount of money. We made sure we understood that. It's the amount of money that Matt had. Now in this picture here, what is that? When we have 2 cups, we know it stands for 2x, but what does the 2x stand for? Well, 2 stands for double. 2 times x stands for double x. Double that number. But what does x stand for? It's a mystery amount. Is it the cups? No, because we can see how many cups there are. That's not the mystery. The mystery is what's inside the cups. Haha. That's the mystery. That is the mystery, ladies and gentlemen. It's what's inside the cups. And we've got double the amount.